Manipulation is one of the most powerful and dangerous tools in human interaction. While all of us influence others in small ways, a master manipulator takes influence to an extreme, using subtle strategies to control thoughts, emotions, and behaviors for their own gain. The danger of a master manipulator is not only in what they do, but in how invisible their tactics can appear. Learning how to spot these individuals is crucial to protect yourself from exploitation, toxic relationships, and even psychological harm. Once you know the signs, you can begin to see patterns that reveal the hidden motives behind their words and actions. One of the clearest traits of a master manipulator is charm. These individuals often come across as warm, confident, and magnetic. They know how to make you feel special, valued, and understood in the early stages of interaction. However, this charm is calculated rather than genuine. They mirror your interests, repeat your values, and subtly craft their behavior to gain your trust. If someone seems too perfect or aligns with you on every level, it may be a sign of manufactured charm designed to lower your guard. Gaslighting is another weapon frequently used by manipulators. They distort your perception of reality, making you doubt your own memory, judgment, or feelings. For example, when confronted about harmful behavior, they may deny it ever happened or accuse you of exaggerating. Over time, this constant denial chips away at your confidence until you rely on the manipulator's version of events instead of your own. The confusion this creates is intentional, as it allows them to establish dominance over your thoughts and emotions. Emotional exploitation is a hallmark of master manipulators. They identify your vulnerabilities and use them against you. If you are empathetic, they may guilt trip you into compliance. If you fear rejection, they may withhold affection to keep you desperate for approval. They can even play the victim, twisting situations so that you feel responsible for their struggles. By using your emotions as levers, they pull you into a cycle of dependency that keeps you under their influence. Another tactic is strategic use of flattery and criticism. Manipulators build you up with praise, making you feel seen and appreciated. Then when they sense control slipping, they switch to criticism, leaving you desperate to win back their approval. This push and pull cycle creates an emotional roller coaster that keeps you off balance. The inconsistency makes you work harder for their validation, giving them even more power over your sense of self-worth. Isolation is another tool in their arsenal. By subtly discouraging your connections with friends, family, or colleagues, manipulators cut off your support system. They may criticize your loved ones, claim that others don't understand you, or frame themselves as the only one who truly cares about you. As your circle of trust narrows, you become more reliant on the manipulator for guidance and emotional stability. This isolation creates the perfect environment for control to flourish. A master manipulator also exploits communication to their advantage. They use vague language to avoid accountability, shifting blame or changing the subject when confronted. They may twist your words back on you, making you feel guilty for simply expressing your needs. Silence and withdrawal are also powerful tools. They know withholding communication can create anxiety, making you chase them for answers or reconciliation. Each of these communication tactics is designed to maintain control over the flow of the relationship. Fear is another powerful motivator they exploit. Whether it's fear of losing the relationship, fear of embarrassment, or fear of conflict, manipulators know how to trigger insecurities. They may threaten to leave, suggest that no one else will accept you, or hint at consequences if you don't comply with their wishes. These subtle threats don't always come in dramatic forms. Often they are veiled remarks or tones that signal danger if you step out of line. Fear locks people into obedience and creates an environment where questioning their behavior feels risky. Control over information is another sign of manipulation. They may withhold important details, lie outright, or present only part of the truth to shape your perspective. By controlling what you know, they control how you think and feel. For example, in a workplace, a manipulative coworker might hide facts to make you look unprepared. In relationships, they might conceal actions or exaggerate stories to stir jealousy or insecurity. Their ability to distort reality through selective information keeps you guessing and dependent on them for clarity. One of the most difficult aspects of spotting a master manipulator is that they thrive on subtlety. They rarely reveal their full tactics at once. Instead, their influence builds gradually, step by step, until you find yourself trapped in patterns you didn't notice forming. This slow progression is intentional. It ensures you don't recognize the danger until their control has already taken root. To protect yourself, the key is awareness. Pay attention to how someone makes you feel over time. If you notice patterns of self-doubt, confusion, guilt, or dependency emerging in a relationship, these could be warning signs. Ask yourself, do they respect my boundaries, or do they constantly push past them? Do they accept accountability, or do they always shift blame? Do they build me up consistently, or do they alternate between praise and criticism? Honest answers to these questions can expose manipulation even when it's disguised. Ultimately, spotting a master manipulator is about trusting your instincts. When something feels off, it often is. By learning their tactics, charm, gaslighting, emotional exploitation, isolation, fear, and information control, you sharpen your ability to see through the mask. These insights don't just help you identify manipulators, they also empower you to reclaim your confidence and independence. If you want to uncover more about the hidden strategies of influence, persuasion, and the darker side of human psychology, make sure you don't miss what's coming next. Subscribe to Dark Psychology